Hi, good afternoon. My name is Takahiro Yoshi. I chose question one. So today I will talk about organizational culture and the Western audit theories in Japanese universities. First, I will tell you about current status of universities in Japan. Universities in Japan have the following characteristics. First, traditionally weak governance and slow decision making. According to Hopkins, educational organizations tend to be goal diffuseness, non-competitiveness, and decentralization, which are different from output corporations. Japanese educational institutions are no exception. Second, Japanese universities now face cutthroat competition for student recruitment due to the declining birth rate. Third, many universities in Japan have introduced management reforms since the 2000 to attract more students, especially international students. Next, current agendas for universities in Japan. There are three main agendas. First, creating an efficient management system. As I mentioned, educational organizations are input-focused organizations, and its management systems are sometimes inefficient, as Hopkins described. Second, increasing student enrollment is an urgent matter. Currently, there are about 800 universities in Japan, but it is expected that from 100 to 200 universities may disappear by 2040. Third, internationalization is needed. Japanese universities were slow to start internationalization. For example, in the UK, the government began to recruit international students in 1980. This was based on the idea of marketization of universities. On the other hand, Japan did not start similar policies until around 2000. Therefore, organizational development is increasingly needed. Next, I would like to make a brief review some key theories of organizational development. As we learned in the lecture, OD has multiple and flexible interpretations. So I want to reframe OD based on three main pillars. First, OD should be done based on the cultures in organizations. Each organization has its own unique culture, and ignoring it can lead to dysfunction. Second, OD should be democratic and participatory. It is pointed out that racism will occur if only a few leaders manage OD and others are excluded from the process. Third, leadership is necessary in OD. According to Topter, today's rapidly changing society, flexible leadership that could cause a dual system is necessary. Next, I will talk about organizational culture in Japanese universities. There are three main cultural traits, as you can see here. First, many Japanese organizations, including universities, are based on top-down decision-making. According to Kotter, this type of structure often leads to a slow decision-making process, making it difficult to adapt to rapid changes. Second, there's a seniority-based promotion system. This system is widely observed in East Asian societies and is often linked to the influence of Confucian traditions. Under this system, even if you perform at a high level, your career advancement is limited while you are young. Third, selectivism is also characteristic culture. In Japan, maintaining group harmony is often prioritized over expressing individual opinions. So people hesitate to raise critical or opposing opinions in the organizations. Next, I will talk about critical views on applying OD theories in Japanese universities. I think directly importing major OD theories into Japanese universities is challenging due to cultural differences. I will explain it based on three pillars. First, democratic and participatory OD theory do not always fit in top-down decision-making structures. In Japanese top-down organizations, employees often lack psychological safety, which makes it difficult for them to express their opinions honestly. Actually, at the university where I work now, many staff and lecturers, including myself, tend to agree with our leaders in order to be promoted. Second, thus dual system leadership may not go well in Japanese universities. In many Japanese organizations, leadership positions are often determined by seniority system rather than innovation. As a result, younger employees with new ideas rarely gain leadership positions, which can slow organizational change. Third, rapid organizational change may not go well with collectivist cultural values in Japan. In many Japanese organizations, decisions are often made through unanimous agreement-oriented process. While this approach helps maintain harmony, it can also slow down decision-making and organizational change. In conclusion, organizational culture in Japanese universities influences OD theories. In Japan, OD has not been widely established as an academic discipline. This suggests the underlying values of organizational management may differ from those in Western contexts. Because of these cultural differences, Western OD approaches may not always work effectively when imported directly into Japan. For example, importing Western-style discussion methods into Japanese classrooms often proves difficult because the educational culture in Japan is quite different from Western theories. Therefore, Japan may need OD approaches that are better aligned with its own cultural context. Based on these ideas, I'll suggest some possible OD approaches for Japanese universities. First, it is important to ensure psychological safety for members in lower positions. In many Japanese organizations, as I mentioned, people in lower positions may hesitate to express their opinions because of top-down ideology. So creating a safety environment can help them speak more honestly. Second, Japanese organizations often value consensus. Therefore, decision-making process may need to focus more on building unanimous agreement among members rather than making quick decisions. Finally, it may be important to build an organization where junior members can participate while still respecting seniority. In Japanese culture, seniority is important, so organizations need to balance participation and respect for hierarchy. These are references. That's all. Thank you for listening.